Campbell, rocket fuel for my career.
How many of you would agree that Toastmasters has had a positive impact on your career? Quite a few of you. What kind of skills have you learned here in Toastmasters that have helped you with your work?
Hosting.
Please. What was it?
Hosting.
Hosting.
Improvisation.
Improv.
Getting over brain fog.
Brain fog. Those are great examples. Thank you. I work in sales. I spend all day speaking to people. Most of the time trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like table topics, except I'm getting paid for it. So I'm only kind of joking, but not really. So you can imagine that learning to become an effective communicator has helped me a lot in my career in sales. And I realized that there are 3 areas that it's helped me with the most: confidence, active listening, and storytelling. And I want to tell you about what my life in sales looked like before learning these skills and what it looks like today. And by the end, I hope that you too can identify a couple of areas and a couple of ways that these skills might be able to help you in your career as well. So when I first started in sales, I was working at a really small IT company selling really, really big IBM computers. And on my first day of the job, on my desk was a telephone and a long list of company names. And my boss said, "You better start calling, because if you don't hit your target this month, you're not getting paid." I didn't know how to sell. I didn't know how to convince anyone to buy anything, let alone this giant computer. But I needed money. So I started calling people, and I was terrified. "Hi, this is Kyle from Pro Information Systems. Do you want to buy a computer?" People would just hang up. Those bastards. They didn't want to listen to me. I lacked confidence. Then I tried speaking as fast as I could before they could even respond. "Hi, this is Kyle from Pro Information Systems. I have an IBM computer. It costs $1,000. It's got 100 gigabytes. People would just hang up. It turns out they wanted to be heard. Who would have guessed? I needed to learn how to listen. Then I tried listing all the facts and figures about these computers, that this one has 100 gigabytes of memory and it's this big and it's got GPUs, and people were bored. All I got were yawns. Turns out I needed to inspire. By the end of this job, I never reached my full potential, and I really did not get paid very much at all. But towards the end, one good thing came of it. I decided to join Toastmasters. I decided to try to improve on some of these 3 points. And when I joined Toastmasters, I took every opportunity I could to give speeches. And while I was standing up here, it may have felt like the floor beneath me was falling, and that I was falling. And then it felt like that first call I made in that sales job. I was terrified, and I thought I would be rejected and stomped on the ground. But through the repetition of facing that fear and getting back up and doing it over and over, I learned confidence as a communicator. Then I moved on to evaluations, where I was laser focused, listening to the speaker, hearing every word and emotion and gesture, and then learning to respond based off of what I had seen and heard. And through evaluations, I learned active listening. Then I moved on to table topics, where I learned to tell a story out of anything, how to pull people in and get them to listen, and hopefully to care. So through table topics, I learned to tell a story. I soon moved on to a different sales job at a company I've been with for about 3 years now, the same time I've been in Toastmasters. And life looks very different. I now think of myself as kind of the Harvey Specter of sales. I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collected. I may be speaking to the CEO of a large company, but I'm Harvey Specter. I can do this. I've spoken in front of big groups of people before. I can talk to one guy. This is no problem. So as you hear me in my calls, I'm listening. I mean, I'm really, really listening. And when a customer stops speaking, what you'll hear is a second of silence. One, because I'm considering what they've said. And I want to signal that I've heard them, that I'm considering them, I'm listening. And then I respond. So I'm showing my active listening as well. Then, once I've understood the client, I then decide to bring things to life by telling a story. I tell them about a similar customer that we worked with, one that had a very similar problem that they had. They had outdated technology that was costing the company money. And if they didn't fix things, that it would bankrupt the company. And by buying our technology, they were able to turn things around for the company and save the day. Doesn't that sound a little bit more interesting than buying a computer? It's an example, but it's a way of bringing things to life, of showing a customer how life can be by working with us. So through confidence and active listening and storytelling, I've just won a new client. Don't these jobs look totally different from each other? I believe that Toastmasters has been a way for me to develop these skills inside of myself that I think I always had. But it was a way for me to find them and to grow them and translate it into what I think, successful career in sales. So I wonder, what do you think this could look like for you? Maybe you're an engineer that needs to communicate a complex topic, or a company founder that needs to inspire a group of people. I believe that becoming an effective communicator is far more than just overcoming the fear of standing on stage. It's about connecting and inspiring and motivating and understanding each other. I think that we often overlook the power of our own voices. How will you use yours? Thank you.